Hi everyone, welcome on board. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. आज मैं आपको बहुत सारी amazing लोगों से मिलवाने वाला हूँ and these are the people whom you would love. और इसमें से कुछ ऐसी लड़कियां हैं, सब लड़कियां आज बिकॉज वुमेन्स डे है। कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जिन लोगों ने कैट दिया, एक बार अच्छा कॉलेज मिला, फिर दोबारा दिया, फिर IIM अहमदाबाद बैठ गए। कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जो यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहे थे, यूपीएससी किया, 4 साल लगाए, सब छोड़ छाड़ के MBA दिया एंड किलिंग इनसाइड। कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जिनके पेरेंट्स ने अलाउ नहीं कर रहे थे कि यार मेरे को MBA करना है कि नहीं करना, या दे वर कंफ्यूज इन देयर लाइफ, सो दे हैड ऑल कन्विंस्ड अगेंस्ट ऑल द नॉर्म। और एक लड़की की स्टोरी बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है, उसने तो अपना मतलब शादी छोड़ दी, वो बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है, वो उसको ही बोलने दूंगा, मुझे पता नहीं कितना बोलना है कि नहीं बोलना है। एंड ऑल द बेस्ट बिजनेस स्कूल्स इन द कंट्री आर देयर ऑन दिस वुमेन डे स्पेशल. All the men on the house, you should also hit on the like button because we also have sisters. Yeah, we also have sisters and your friends and your would-be etc. आज का ऑब्जेक्टिव से यही है कि मोटिवेट करना है। मेरे पास कुछ नंबर्स हैं, कितने % बच्चे कहाँ पे पढ़ रहे हैं, एंड विल स्पीक अबाउट दैट एज वेल। और भाई लड़कियों की पार्टी ऑन है अभी, और ये पार्टी और ही होनी चाहिए। इंडिया बदल रहा है एंड वुमेन आर रियली वर्किंग हार्ड। ठीक है, आर यू गाइस रेडी? स्ट्रीम को लाइक ठोकना आज पक्का। हाय गुंजन, हाय अनुकूल, हाय देवप्रिया। अरे देवप्रिया भी आई है, आया, सॉरी देवप्रिया लड़का है बाय द वे। ठीक है, गुड। और जो लड़के भी हैं सुन सकते हैं। ठीक है भाई, स्ट्रीम को लाइक ठोक दीजिए। 106 पीपल आर देयर एंड लेट मी जस्ट शो यू सम Diggaj people. Hi everyone, if you guys can switch on your cameras also, that'll be great. Hi Simran, hi Kirti, hi Mayuri, hi Anisha, hi Ankita, and hi Rucha, hi Muskan, and hi Surbi. All right, we're all live.
Hi sir, hi
Hello
everyone.
sir, hello ma'am, hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello
Superb, superb. क्या बात है, ग्रेट सीइंग ऑल ऑफ यू गाइस, बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स। क्विक मैं इंट्रो देता हूं, फिर इनका इंट्रो सुनेंगे। मैं बड़ा एक्साइटेड हूं, आज है वुमेन डे स्पेशल एंड ये हर साल करते हैं हम, एंड वी आर वेरी वेरी हैप्पी दैट वी गॉट पीपल जॉइनिंग फ्रॉम FMS। यहाँ पे सिमरन ज्वाइन की FMS से, और सिमरन की जॉब लग चुकी है, ये सेकंड ईयर में है, और उसके पहले NIT की बात करेंगे। मयूरी इज अ डॉक्टर एंड वाज अ डॉक्टर, इज अ डॉक्टर, is a doctor and now she will be inshallah going to IIM Ahmedabad, Kozhikode, Indore. यहाँ पे कीर्ति भी आई है। कीर्ति is from FMS and graduated last year, right? Last year.
Yes sir, last
Good.
year.
And all of these guys have helped CATKing family in some of the way. In fact, CATKing की जो backbone है ना, they are all women. मर्द भी हैं हमारे पास, लोग बोलते हैं women है नहीं, टीचर हमारे सब मर्द हैं, but बाकी जो हमारी backbone है, अनीशा मैम है, अंकिता है, everyone, all of these people have helped us a lot. And we've got Anisha ma'am from Narsi Mohanji joining with us. Ankita is joining in from IIM Ahmedabad. Ankita, job लग गई?
तो 2 साल हो गई जॉब लगी है।
2 साल हो गए जॉब लगे, सर तो प्रमोशन भी हो गया, मैं बताऊंगा तेरी बात। ठीक है, अच्छा बिफोर फर्दर कंटिन्यू, ये जितने आपको स्क्रीन में लोग दिख रहे हैं ना, ये मुझे निकाल दो और अनीशा मैम को भी निकाल दो, बिकॉज हम लोग पुराने हो चुके हैं, पूर्वज हैं। और ये बाकी कितने हैं, 3 और 3 6 और 1 7, ये कंबाइंड पैकेज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 2 करोड़ का है यहाँ पे। सीरियसली, आई मीन इट। नहीं विश्वास तो अंकिता से पूछ लेते हैं। अंकिता, अप्रोक्सीमेटली होगा 2 करोड़ के आसपास सबका, 7 लोगों का, कि ज्यादा होगा?
होगा, ज्यादा भी हो सकता है, आई डोंट नो।
MBA करके ना तुम बड़े पॉलिटिकली कलेक्ट हो जाते हो भाई, आई डोंट नो। या मैं जानता हूँ सबके पैकेज। हाँ चलो, इनमें से 2 को छोड़ दो, ये अभी ज्वाइन करने वाले हैं, और फिर भी 5 का भी 2 करोड़ के आसपास होगा। आई कैन साइन इट बाय ब्लड। सुपर्ब यार, सुपर्ब, दिस इज सो अमेजिंग यार। एजुकेशन लोन की बात करेंगे भाई, बहुत अमेजिंग है। एंड वी गॉट सुरभि जॉइनिंग फ्रॉम SPJain बॉम्बे, मुस्कान हैज गॉट कॉल्स फ्रॉम कोझिकोड, एंड रूचा वुड बी जॉइनिंग NMIMS। रूचा की स्टोरी बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है, इसने यूपीएससी छोड़ा, और इनमें से एक बंदी ने अपने होने वाले बता सकते हैं ना वो वो हंस दी है। हाँ तो वो खुद बताएगी, मैं नहीं बताऊंगा। लेट्स बिगिन, लेट्स गो वन बाय वन, ऑर्डर इन द स्क्रीन। बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स, प्लीज वेलकम, इट्स अ वुमेन डे स्पेशल एंड लेट्स टॉक एंड इंस्पायर दीज वुमेन सिटिंग इन द nooks and corners of India. Let's start with you, Simran. Go ahead first.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And hi, guys, everyone here joining us today. So I'll give a brief intro for myself. I did my engineering from NIT Jaipur, and I was doing civil engineering. And I got bored in my second year itself. And that is when I was like, okay, fine, what are the things that I can do ahead? And I came across MBA, and I found it really interesting. So I tried various workshops, internships, and I found that this is the thing for me. So after engineering, doing an MBA is considered the normal path these days. But to convince your parents, it takes a little bit more than just telling them that this is the normal path, right? So I gave CAT for the first time in my final year. And I also got a job as a backup option. I had a good percentile, but I didn't get into a college of my dream. And I let go of the offers that I had that year and tried to give it another. So I was like, I'll maybe gain experience and then give CAT again, because I had 99.17 and still couldn't convert the colleges of my dream. So then I went on to wait for my joining. And since it was a COVID year, it didn't come. It got postponed and postponed and postponed. I was like, okay, fine, let's not waste 1 year, because I think your career is the trajectory that you choose and that's how it will grow on. So I gave CAT again and I got the same percentile and finally converted FMS. And I'm really lucky that I did that. It took in a lot of hard work as well. Post that, in my during FMS, I interned with Microsoft, and then I am placed with American Express, which I'll join in a few months. So that's basically about me and what I've been doing.
क्या बात है, सुपर. बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स, रोल मॉडल फॉर यू. एफएमएस काफी लोगों का ड्रीम कॉलेज है. आज यहाँ पे 2 एफएमएस के आए हुए हैं, बहुत ही बढ़िया. आई एम गोना पिक एंड चूज इन द स्टार्ट सो दैट वी कैन लिसन टू ऑल ऑफ देम फॉर अ मिनट एंड वी गोना ओपन इट हाउस. लोग सोचते सर लड़की है, ओके लेट मी जस्ट टॉक इन अ लेमैन लैंग्वेज. लड़की है, जो हमारे पुराने इंडिया में होता था, बोझ है, इसको पढ़ा के क्या करना है. तुम तो, मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ यहाँ, मेरे बिल्कुल थॉट नहीं है, आज वुमेन्स डे है, बट ये थॉट है, ये विचार है हमारे हरियाणा, पंजाब, विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट, थोड़े मारवाड़ी, थोड़े जैन. क्यों अंकिता जी, हमारे ऐसा थॉट प्रोसेस तो है. अभी इट हैज बीन चेंजिंग एंड वी वांट टू चेंज
Even
इट.
in the down south, to be
Even in the down
adding
south.
on, even in the down south, there were a lot of people who are not encouraged to go to even complete that wealth. So even I come from their backgrounds that education is not open for all, but I have proved it that I can do better when I got my college first in my 12th. That when it started opening for other people, even in my family, to encourage education.
ये बंदी इतनी स्मार्ट है, इसने पहले आईआईटी क्रैक किया और फिर उसके बाद एफएमएस क्रैक किया है और नौकरी भी लग चुकी. कहाँ जॉब कहाँ लगी आपकी?
अभी अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस में जो
You working right now?
I'm working currently. Yeah.
This is so
Almost
amazing.
9 months down the lane.
So amazing. तो जो तुम सपने सोचते हो ना, 2 लाख रुपए फीस, फिर उसके बाद चलो जॉब सैलरी का अमाउंट बताना अलाउड नहीं, पर मान के चलो बहुत बढ़िया सैलरी है, एवरेज के ऊपर ही होने वाली है, मैं जानता हूँ. तो ये तुम्हारे रोल मॉडल है यार. ग्रेट यार. लेट्स गो टू अंकिता क्विकली. अंकिता, स्मॉल क्विक इंट्रो एंड देन वी गोना टॉक अबाउट द लोन प्रोसेस. बाय द वे, लोग सोचते लोन वोन नहीं मिलता, विल स्पीक अबाउट दैट एंड हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट वाज टू कन्विंस पीपल फॉर डूइंग एन एमबीए एज वेल.
Sure, sir. So, hi everyone. I am Ankita. I am a graduate from IIM Ahmedabad 2021. I am working as a strategy consultant with MasterCard right now. And previous to MBA, I had a work experience of about a year, and I'm a non-engineer by background as well. So regarding my journey, I would say that I was very lucky, touch wood, that I had a family who would support me and who would actually push me to, to move ahead, like go ahead, achieve more than I thought that I was capable of. So I was very lucky in that department. But definitely it's not been an easy journey, because if I see in my family itself, I did not have a role model per se as a female role model who has done so much, even after having such a supportive family.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I was the first one from my family, female person who would go out for a job, like who went out of the hometown for a job, worked there, then went out for college. Now I'm staying outside as well, right? I'm not in my hometown. So that journey has not been successful in terms of role model, but definitely I had my brother who was also the first person actually to move out of my home for studies. So my parents have been really our backbone, who have pushed us that go and achieve. You can do anything you want if you have put your mind to it. So I think if you have supportive, parents, family, to grab that opportunity, don't let go of that, because it's difficult as you hear everyone's story. Not everyone has that support system. So if you have, whether it is in terms of family, friends, grab that and hold on to them. Don't let them down. Give yourself, give 200%, because they are fighting against the society to not let you fight against it, right? They are the ones who are fighting. So
very well said, Ankita. We're gonna have these discussions also, and cracking IIM Ahmedabad is really amazing. By the way, IIM Ahmedabad के अंदर 35% nearly women तो मेरे पास सारे stats भी लिखे हुए हैं. And ये जो सोचते हैं कि women का क्या है, women होने का बहुत फायदा है इंडिया के अंदर, और फायदा और बढ़ना चाहिए, because we want more number of women in the country. In fact, I was reading it somewhere. The brand of the car could be decided by dad, but the color of the car is always decided by mom. And it's always decided. So mom is really important, and we need a different perspective for sure in the whole thing. Great. On this Women's Day special, let's go forward. Let's talk to Mayuri, and then I'm going to go to Rucha, and then we're going to go to Surbi, and then we're going to do an open house and discuss. कर तो लिया, अभी पहुंच तो गए हैं, but how was the journey in short? ना, it's not easy. We'll speak about that. Yeah, Mayuri, please. Mayuri's got calls from Ahmedabad, Kozhikode, Indore, in Shillong, और ये बंदी इंजीनियर भी नहीं है और नॉन इंजीनियर भी नहीं है. क्या ये बताएगी?
Okay, so hello everyone who's on the live right now. I have completed my BDS last year in December, and it was not at all easy for me to convince my family for going for MBA, because obviously that is not a traditional path which is followed after BDS. But I wanted to do MBA, so I convinced them somehow, and then I gave CAT. I got a fairly good percentile, and then I got calls from Ahmedabad, Shillong, Lucknow, Indore, and cab calls. And even today, when like people ask me like अभी आगे क्या plan है, I usually don't tell them that I'm doing MBA, because पहला question यही आता है, फिर 5 साल BDS के waste हो गए. So that's why I avoid telling them. I'm like, ठीक है, एक बार अहमदाबाद या कोई अच्छा कॉलेज ज्वाइन कर लेंगे, फिर ही बताएंगे. So that's why.
This is super. So, by doctors, women doctors are also moving towards MBA. Great. Let's quickly go to Rucha and then Muskan. नहीं, Rucha मैं तेरे पास बाद में आता हूँ. UPSC story इसकी बड़ी interesting है. Muskan.
Hello everyone. So I am a non-engineer, and you won't believe, people say कि academics are really important for an MBA, but I got 68% in 12th, and I got calls from Ahmedabad and Kozhikode.
Superb.
So if you are like कि मेरा तो CAT से बुरा है, I shouldn't even attempt MBA. Just don't have that thing. Just go for it. Try करने में क्या जाए. You might make it.
This is so amazing. This is so amazing. Great. Rucha.
Hello everyone, my name is Rucha, and I have spent like 5 years in studying for UPSC, gave 4 attempts. So in my second attempt, I could clear the prelim and appear for the mains, which gave me the push to try again. So the next 2 consecutive attempts were through the COVID times, in which the exam also got postponed by 6-7 months, and I couldn't make it in those 2 attempts. So after 4 attempts, the reality hit hard. And because of COVID and the postponement of the exams, I ended up losing additional 1 year. So I realized that I had lost on a lot of years of experience. And because of full-time studies, I was also not financially that independent as such. So I had to take a call. I decided to go towards MBA. In general, a lot of people who are into government exams, civil services exams, they also go for other civil services exams, other government exams like SSC, and there is MPSC at state level, then RBI, SEBI, etc. But I somehow had inclination towards the kind of role that IAS allows you to perform, the kind of diversity and the bandwidth that you have. And I felt like only MBA can match that. And I had an inclination towards the diverse range of subjects and having a strong foundation. And after all, you have set a certain kind of benchmark for yourself. And so I wanted to be up to the mark. There were a lot of social expectations, family expectations as well. So I had to meet them. And of course, you see yourself being at a certain position in some years. So that is what kept me pushing. However, through this journey, as I earlier mentioned, there was the need to be financially independent. So that pressure was there again. There's social pressure. So many years, being a girl, just studying full time, there would be people wondering ki abhi ye ladki kya kar rahi hai, and what are the parents doing, how can they allow her to keep on studying, and kitne exams degi. बार बार हर साल वही बता रहे कि हाँ एग्जाम हो गई, अभी फिर से एग्जाम पे के बाद एग्जाम्स. that is how the journey is, right? There are so many stages, but family has been supportive throughout, because they also want to see me do well and perform up to the mark, up to my potential. However, even on the family front, there were conflicts, I should say, because they would also wonder ki why don't you go for other government exams, or they would want me to get settled as soon as possible, or why not an executive distance learning MBA or a correspondence course. But then I always went in my career choices, I've always followed the mantra of do what you enjoy and enjoy what you do. So I didn't want to compromise on that, and that has kept me pushing. So yeah, that has been
That's
the journey.
great. 4 years of UPSC and then now MBA. Narsi Monji, joining Narsi Monji, right?
Yes, looking
Super
forward.
congrats. Super congrats. This is so amazing. This is so amazing. Okay, great. Oh, Prachodaya has also joined it. Great, great. We'll come to Prachodaya in a minute. Prachodaya is joining in from IIM Ahmedabad, by the way. नहीं अब तो बड़ी हो गई है, निकल चुकी है ना बाहर. तो Prachodaya अभी graduate हो चुकी है. Prachodaya, whenever you're ready, let us know. And just before Prachodaya, Surbhi, why don't we start with you? Surbhi की story बड़ी interesting. Surbhi सब बताना जो पहले बताया तूने, हाँ? छुपाना मत कुछ भी.
Yeah, sir. I'll try to be true to the story and my journey. So, hello everyone who are there on the live today. So I am pursuing finance from SPJain, and I've just got done with my first year. And my journey was such that I fortunately had very supportive parents. My father especially supported me a lot, and I cracked CAT in my third attempt. But giving multiple attempts, there were people around me and the society which were not kind of very supportive. And they wanted me to, pursue maybe some other career options or get settled in life. But then you have to make your own decisions. And being a girl, that becomes even more difficult when you are repeatedly giving more attempts. And I remember cracking a few colleges, which I didn't want to join personally because I thought I could do much better than that. But then there were expectations from me, which again made it difficult for me to make those decisions at that point in time. But eventually having that faith in yourself that whenever you're surrounded by any external pressures, or maybe there are times when you start doubting your own capabilities because you're not able to achieve what you thought you would, and you have to sit for multiple attempts and keep pushing yourself. At that point, the support of your family is very important. But at the same time, I would like to say that you need to be confident in yourself also, because till the time that you believe that you can achieve your goals, no one can stop you. And you should have that courage to go forward with that as well. So with that, I would like to say that when people around me were expecting different things from me, I was very sure that I wanted to do my MBA, and I never gave up. And I would like to urge all of you to never give up on your dreams.
क्या
So-
बात है, क्या बात है. So story तो रह गई.
I'm so sure a lot of other students have had a similar situation or are having similar to you, and they would be inspired to know what steps you had taken.
Yeah. So since I told all of you that it was my third attempt, so my relatives and people around me had started building up the pressure to get married. But at the same time, I would have to give up on my dream of pursuing my MBA, which again was a difficult choice for me because I am very close to my family that way, but I had the support of my father. So I would like to say that I was able to take that choice, take that decision, and leave behind all the external pressures which I had and not give up on MBA. So yeah, girls out there who are having this pressure to get married, but for that they have to give up on their dreams. Don't do that. Believe in yourself, trust yourself, because once you reach that point in life where you have achieved, and when you look back, then you have that satisfaction that you did make the right choice. And
Yeah.
trust me, you will reach there if you only and only if you have that confidence in yourself.
Superb.
So-
This is so amazing. This is so amazing. Thanks. This is so amazing. अरे Prachodaya भी आ गई है. Hey Prachodaya, good seeing you. Long time.
Hi, sir. How are you? Yes,
I'm
long
doing
time.
absolutely
Very
fine.
good.
Thanks for joining in. Boys and girls, we got IIM Ahmedabad, though FMS, Narsi Monji would be joining IIM Ahmedabad of the world. Narsi Monji के दो सब लोग यहाँ पे बैठे हैं भाई. मजा ही आ गया आज तो यार. आप भी Prachodaya, quick introduction तुम्हारा. I think we're done with everyone. Yeah, we just left with Prachodaya. Yeah, Prachodaya, small introduction. Agenda सिर्फ ये है भी people who are listening to us. ये सब अभी role model हैं. Prachodaya को ऐड करके भी 2.5 करोड़ लगा लो. हमें सैलरी कैलकुलेट कर रहे थे कितनी. Prachodaya, why don't you tell your CAT story, your scores and everything, whatever you're comfortable, and inspire the young janta who are listening to us.
So yeah, basically to give a background, so I am a media graduate. So like Surbhi, I think a lot of my pressure was not from parents directly, but more so you could say from people around me, from friends also who started thinking ki pata nahi, you're a media graduate, why do you want to do MBA? And it's not even like a media related MBA that you want to do, like why are you? And it was both ways. You sort of felt like you didn't belong anywhere, because and when you were sitting for CAT classes or for the tutorials, people there would judge you saying ki acha okay media to matlab theek hai, they're probably not that serious or whatever. So all of that was there. So, and obviously being a girl adds a little bit of pressure to that. कि मतलब ठीक है ये तो मतलब कुछ नहीं हुआ तो भी कुछ हो जाएगा ऐसे सोच लेते हैं लोग. So that bit was also there. But yeah, thankfully I did make it through, and it's been, I can't believe it's actually been almost like 8-9 months since I started working. So yeah. Been moving around a lot, and so yeah, I would say same thing. Yeah, if you set your mind to something, I think you should not waver no matter what anybody tells you. But it's also important that you work towards it, and no matter who is pressurizing you, I think you should just keep in your head the mantra saying ki I am working towards it, and I will get there eventually whenever I will get there, whenever my time is right and wherever I'm supposed to reach. So yeah, and not to cave into the pressure obviously and do what you want to do. I did that, and it holds true once your MBA journey also begins, because that also might end up being pressurizing for some people. So yeah, just keep your eye on the ball and enjoy the process, because it will soon be 9 months and you won't realize like me. So, yeah.
क्या बात है कि टाइम फ्लाई प्रोचुदा. मुझे याद है इसका कॉल आया था, फोन लेके मेरे पास आई, सर ये कॉल आया पक्का ये सही है कि नहीं है. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर दैट. याद है प्रोचुदा? अंधेरी ऑफिस.
Right. It's like trying to figure out if this is a scam or have I actually got a call. Like that was what it was. So yeah, I remember that. So
बड़ी मेहनती बंदी है, बड़ी मेहनती बंदी है. I still remember your profile, वो कपिल शर्मा show and stuff. बहुत amazing. Okay, lovely. We're going to do an open house right now, भाई. देखो, अभी you've gone through the same. Yeah. हाँ, we left with Anisha मैम. हाँ, Anisha मैम बताइए. Anisha मैम तो हमारे पूर्वज है, रोज मिलते बच्चे. हाँ भाई, Anisha मैम प्लीज एक दो शब्द बताइए प्लीज.
So just since everyone's intro was going on, so I'm also an engineer. Like Simran mentioned, a lot of people think now engineering ke baad MBA is the conventional thing, but not always. So like if I go back before engineering also, my family, everybody, so you know you have that typical family ki ghar ke sab bacche na doctor ya engineer banenge. तो जिसमें सारे लड़के इंजीनियर हैं, सारी लड़कियां डॉक्टर हैं. I'm the only girl who chose to do engineering, and after engineering worked for 2 years and then goes like, no, now I want to change. I want to do an MBA, and that too I want to do an MBA in sales and marketing. So I had the offer of MBA HR in the first round itself, and tabhi we used to have lists of NMIMS coming, and I rejected. So I remember everybody was like, you know, HR to sabse अच्छी option है for a girl to do an MBA. Life is sorted, life is easy. Why are you rejecting it? But that's what I didn't want to do it. So I was like, no, this time I'm not going to go. It's okay. I'll take a drop. I'll give exam again 1 more year. But fortunately, things turned around. I don't know how. There was a second list for NMIMS which came in. Somehow sir used to always say कि नहीं तेरा यही साल होने वाला है. You're going to go in there. And I didn't have that confidence, but it happened, and I did get into NMIMS and I did pursue sales and marketing. So I think which all of us are trying to say here is, you know, you need to decide for yourself what is your goal and just stick to it. Super. You'll always have people going against you, but you have to stick to it.
In fact, Anisha ma'am completed her 10 year of our relationship of CATKing and Anisha. So it was lovely, and she stood very strong in the entire journey. I think काफी लोग तुम लोगों को भी Anisha ma'am ने कहीं ना कहीं touch किया होगा life के अंदर in your preparation in the entire journey. So amazing यार. चलिए, अच्छा मुझे लगता है अभी we're going to do an open house right now for around 5-10 minutes. Boys and girls, people listening to us, stream को like पक्का ठोकिएगा. We've got your seniors and who are an inspiration themselves. With your past experience of life, like boys, we also have trouble. ऐसा नहीं कि you know chat के अंदर आ रहा है सर हमारी भी थोड़ी तारीफ कर दो. So, you know, but you've gone through their own trouble. I know, like, women have to be a fighter. Looking at Anisha's journey, Ankita's journey, I know them very closely. You know, even Prachodya's journey, I know them very well, like inside out. And in fact, Surbhi ne aaj apni story batai. You have been fighters, and normal nahi hai. Matlab, aap log, normal boy can route CAT दिया, general engineer male है, अहमदाबाद नहीं हुआ, बैंगलोर हो गया, कलकत्ता हो गया, और करेगा भी क्या, engineering करेगा, कुछ होने वाला है नहीं, etc. But women also stand out, right? As a person as well. And all the women who are in the MBA stream as well, you guys have stood out by fight, like BDS छोड़ के, you know, and then after doing BDS 5 साल अभी MBA कर रही है हमारी Mayuri. It takes guts and things to do. What is one inspiration message you want to give? I don't want to ask one by one. जो भी आपको लगता है कि you know जो आपको help किया ये सुन के कि यार आपका support system था या support system नहीं था या you took some strong decisions. ये मेरे को तो करना ही करना है. और कीर्ति, what help you getting into American Express और Simran getting a good job. आज सारे credit card वाले आए हुए हैं, अंकिता of the world and 3 credit card वाले हैं यहाँ पे. तो how things worked out and what worked best for you?
तो credit card नहीं भेजती हूँ, मास्टर कार्ड और अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस.
मैंने बोला अंकिता मेरा मास्टर कार्ड का बिल पेमेंट पड़ा है, कब से पेंडिंग करवा दे.
बिल्कुल नहीं होगा.
We just joke around, अंकिता करवा दे यार. I'm just kidding. Yeah, great. Let's begin. And also how important is to be financially independent, यार. Women has to be independent, right? वो कितना जरूरी है और कितना जरूरी आपके लिए था? Let's discuss that.
So
Anyone?
I would like to give a personal story to this. So as I've already said in my introduction that I did my IIT. So eventually in my second year, I decided to go to an MBA. So in my first attempt, I did not get it. So in my second attempt, I did get it. And I also reached my professional goals, which I want to publish my paper. So I was even the first woman to get my published paper in IIT Jodhpur as well, in electrical core electrical branch. So
Wow.
that was also a very good motivation for me that I will achieve what I want to do. So as I move ahead, my father was my biggest support system. I gave my CAT in November. I lost my dad in December. And I got my results of CAT in Jan. So for me, the emotional support was also not at that point. And even financially, I was facing a lot of troubles. So I want to put a point that if you want to handle it, you can handle it. So December 14th, I lost my dad, and December 18th, I started working. I look out for the internships. I started working on internships, and I was just working for almost 18 hours per day because I want to prove that I can handle my family. So what the point you're making about the financial support, I think it comes from the confidence that you can do it. I'm not saying from the fact that I'm an IITian, but also at that point, emotionally, you are very troubled. If any situation you're going to place that how I can handle my finances, if few people are leaving the job and then preparing, if you're thinking how you will finance and how you're thinking, I'm saying that you not to place 100% of your time always at studying. You have to manage your time properly. Divide your time. What is the importance? You know, that will also help. Then I started my internships, and then I was looking out from which course, and eventually very, very good luck, I got into FMS, which was also supporting my finances at that point. So everything fall well because I also drived it. I worked hard. I was paying all my bills completely. Even my sister was doing her 3rd year of MBBS at that point. I was also supporting her monthly. Then I took a personal loan on my credibility. Then I'm finishing it off. Now, 8 months down the lane, now the loan which I took for my FMS and my sister's loan, everything is finished off. So now 6 months later, now I'm pat my back and say, yes, I did it with my all confidence. So confidence is what you're driving. Any trouble you're thinking of financially or emotionally, it's that's in your head. Just talk to yourself. Yes, I can do it. That will make you move ahead.
Simran, I'm going to go to Simran. Simran will ask the financial story, and then I'm going to ask these. ये इन लोगों ने तो मतलब MBA बड़े सस्ते में करी है, being honest. तो financial independence तो भाई फटाफट मिलती है FMS से. In fact, internship से ही निकल जाता है पैसा. Am I right, Simran?
Yes, sir. Internship से निकल जाता है. You can very easily pay off your tuition fees, and then there are, so there's one thing that I believe in, that if you look for help, you always find it. So I know this is a part of Kirti's story, but even I'm interning with CATKing right now. So that also pays off in terms of, so I paid my tuition fee from my internship, and then for the enjoyments that I'm having right now while having my last few months of FMS, a part of it comes from, the stipend that I get from CATKing. Along with that, I've also told my parents that, listen, I'm gonna be earning soon, so there's no more expenditure that I'm gonna ask from you. So the last few months, just give me everything. That is one thing that again comes along with it. Apart from that, when you talk about the motivation, what helps you, keep on going? I think one of it for me, very important one was how I imagined my lifestyle and what I wanted for myself. So if you're very clear in it, there was definitely money is a very important part of it. Apart from that, where and how you're working. So the lifestyle you envision for yourself motivates you a lot to work on what you want in order to have the lifestyle that you really want. So apart from that, for the benefit of the guys joining us today, I know you are talking about your struggles and you have those in your life, but today, since on the occasion of Women's Day, I'd like to say my brother was a huge support in my journey, though I had small barriers itself as compared to the barriers that others have had here. But my brother was a great support. So I think you guys should also play a role in the journey of the friends, sisters, even your mothers, whoever is aspiring for any goals. Please support them. And yes, like Rahul sir says, give us a thumbs up.
This is so amazing, yaar. Ye bandi badi stud hai, yaar. Bahut amazing. Now let's ask this question to the tough guys. So the tough people are the ones who have thought about taking a loan. You know, Surbi must have taken a loan, or 16 lakh rupe invest karne hai. And I'm sure kahin na kahin to question aata hoga khud pe bhi कि यार मैं 16 लाख की फीस देनी है, नारसी मुझे ज्वाइन करने वाली रुचा 20 लाख रुपए अरेंज किए हैं, या अंकिता मैम ने अराउंड 20 लाख फीस दी है, या मुस्कान कन्वर्ट करेगी भी कोई कोड, या प्रचोदया तूने भी फीस दोगी, अब तो फीस और बढ़ गई है, 25 लाख हो गई है. हाउ डिड यू वो फाइनेंस डिसीजन लेने में थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम हुई थी? हाउ प्रचोदया, हाउ अबाउट यू कि यार अहमदाबाद जा रहे, लोन वोन ले रहे?
So actually I had this very straightforward thing with my parents that I was like so I sort of like planned it like backtraced it. So I was like, I won't spend money or go to a fancy school in like graduation. I went to Mithibai where like my fees was literally almost like 10,000 bucks for the entire quarter, and for 3 years I also like made sure that I didn't stay in a fancy place. As you know, I stayed with my cousins. They were more than welcoming, and because I had family, so I had that advantage, and I knew ki acha, I can come here and stay with my uncle and he'll be more than happy to like have me here. So I did all of that because I had this in mind ki yeah, I have to do an MBA and that is going to be expensive. So that is sort of how I sort of backtraced it. But like quickly, I just want to give a caveat because we've been talking about financial independence, but like I think little bit we touched upon the fact that there is emotional independence also. So coming back to what like Rahul sir was asking, I think what struck me at one point was that there is empowerment in also like empowering other people. So the more you help, the more help you get is also what I think you should believe in. So it's throughout, and it can be just anything, and like it might be males, it might be females, it might be your brothers, it might be your sisters. The more you help, I think that also sort of like adds up for you, and you also get the confidence from that, and that eventually will like translate into when you want financial independence or when you want to be emotionally independent, and then that will translate into financial independence. So it's like a funnel.
That's amazing. No regrets paying 20 lakh 25 lakh ka fees, right?
So no, not at all.
दोबारा दे देंगे, है ना? Let me relive.
I mean, if I can go live on campus for the entire 2 years, sure.
So amazing. Let's go to Ankita. Ankita come from a Marwadi background. Ankita, you come from a Marwadi background. Package investment karna, I'm sure. I mean, Marwadis know the best investment in the country. Tum koi bhi CEO uthao to wahi hote. But again, what was your math behind it? You were already working at that time, right?
I was working for a year, but my salary at that time was so low that I would say after I got placed, it was around 8 times more, into 8x, I would say.
8 times more.
Yeah, so you can imagine what salary I was working. It's just that I was working because I wanted to gain experience, and my father wanted me to go experience, get that confidence back, which I had lost somehow during that time. So he wanted me to go and experience that in the outer world. So yeah, like a lot of you, my support system has been my father, my brother, luckily all the men in my family, actually, my jiju, my father and my brother, they all three of them have always helped me, pushed me. Even now, if I have any doubt, I just go to them, I ask them, like, this is what I'm struggling in my corporate life. What do you think? What are your suggestions? So, men are the ones who actually push you if they want to. So if you have supportive men, again, like I said, please hold on to them, and you also need to support them in whatever way.
क्या
It's
बात है,
it's not always that you just seek support. Please give
super.
support.
Do you all agree to this? कि men are supportive if they want to?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Yeah.
If they want to,
You got us. चलो हमारी भी तारीफ हो रही है भाई. मतलब कहीं ना कहीं women के पीछे भी हमारा 0.05% हाथ है. हाँ भाई, सिमरन and Rucha.
If men don't support, then women, see, women will support women, but men also have to support women. Otherwise, how will the world go forward, right?
चलो भाई, तारीफ हो गई. लाइक ठोको भाई. All the मर्द on the chat, हाँ, लाइक ठोको. बोल रहे थे सर हमें भी तारीफ कर दो. नहीं, that's so there. I mean, after talking to you guys, even I'm getting inspired that yes, आप लोग role model है. People are saying getting goosebumps, sir, listening to all this. This is so amazing, yeah. This is so amazing. Yeah, anybody else who took a decision of Rucha, you just paid. ये अभी फीस दे के आई नारसी मुंजी. 22 लाख रुपए अभी दे के आई है. तो and you spent 4 years घर पे बैठी. पहली बात तो कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ, मतलब I'm using wrong word, but बोझ 4 साल घर पे यूपीएससी की तैयारी, not earning anything. तो ऐसे किसी ने रिलेटिव ने नहीं बोल दिया लड़की घर पे बैठी है टाइप ऐसा वैसा?
बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. मतलब ऐसा जर्नी होने के बाद आप खुद ही you hit a rock bottom, and then खुद ही सबसे ज्यादा I mean, I spoke about social pressures and social battles वगैरह, but the biggest battle is the internal battle with your low self esteem. तो इसके बाद भी तो फैमिली का सपोर्ट तो ठीक है, बट keeping up with your own self esteem is important. And as I said, एक rock bottom hit कर गया था, तो उसके बाद जो भी कुछ मिलता लाइफ में तो ये अच्छा ही
बढ़िया
है
ही
मेरे
है.
लिए.
क्या
तो
बात है.
NMIMS, हाँ, in some ways थोड़ी affinity थी, because I currently live in MMR itself, and मुंबई को as a business hub मैं थोड़ा relate कर पाती हूँ. तो वो एक affinity थी, but yes, NMIMS being one of the most expensive B schools in India, वो concern था. But as I said, कि मेरे लिए इस point पे जो भी मिलता है, it's going to be in my favor, doing an MBA, getting that exposure, all the learning. तो क्योंकि 4 साल of UPSC requires you to give it all. So you spend all the time just with the books, restricting yourself to the room. तो कोई एक्सपोजर नहीं था आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड से, या फिर प्रोफेशनल वर्ल्ड से, या फिर इवन पियर्स से, ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ द 2 years ऑफ लॉकडाउन. तो सोशल ऑकवर्डनेस भी हो गई थी, और सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस कम हो गया था, सेल्फ डाउट था. तो इस सब से बाहर निकलने के लिए भी मेरे लिए MBA एक जरिया है.
ग्रेट यार,
that's what
सुपर.
kept me going, and I
ये
just
बहुत
thought,
सही बात है. रॉक बॉटम हो जाए उसके बाद जो मिले बढ़िया होने वाला लगे रहो, है ना. ये बहुत ही सही बात है. ग्रेट यार, ग्रेट.
I think when you prove people wrong, because at that time when I was working, although my family was supportive, the people I was around with, basically in my corporate life, they did not. They were like, okay, like the role which I was in, they were like, हाँ, this person will stay here only. They never imagined that I would go to IIM Ahmedabad or anywhere. So when I converted, that time they were in shock. Like how can someone with her profile, because they never thought a non-engineer है, क्या होना है, कुछ नहीं होना है, मतलब ठीक है, normal है. But when you convert, at that time I could see the 360-degree flip. I would not have 180-degree flip.
I think that's
they were like, you are my best friend हो गया था.
हमें तो पहले ही पता था लड़की होशियार है, हमें तो पहले ही कुछ अच्छा कर ही लेगी.
अच्छा नहीं, अब उनके फ्रेंड बन गए. अभी तक they were like, you are out of my group, now you are in my group.
क्या बात है.
Absolutely. I think similar to that, so I was also giving multiple attempts. I mean, majority of us have given here multiple attempts. So I was working with Infosys. So you have that rigorous training of Infosys. Just subah 7 baje you start, you end up at 9 p.m. And then you find time to study, which is when all your batchmates and everyone is planning to have chilling or having fun. And you want to go back, you want to study. So I did that and gave the exams first year. I couldn't make it through the colleges that I wanted. And that year even CET was scrapped. So, there were lesser chances and everything. So I gave exams again the next year. And this time when I was giving the exams, I took all the centers which were close to where I'm working. Like I was in Pune. So going, making sure, taking time out. And so there was one thing that the batchmates used to say, जितने पैसे उड़ाए हैं एग्जाम की फीस और एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म्स ऑफ कॉलेजेस में भरने में, आज की डेट में तो पेड सीट भी उससे मिल जाती थी. So that was something which kind of really hit me hard, that I will do whatever I do on my capability, not on a paid seat. And I made sure I got into NM. And then the best part was day minus placed with the highest package. And somebody else had shared that on their story, that I have got a day minus placement with the highest package. And that is when those batchmates had only shared back, oh man, you actually made it. So that was, you have to prove everybody around you. You will always have people pulling you down, but just prove them wrong.
Super.
Yes, so even I totally agree to this point, because even when I was giving multiple attempts, so at a point, everyone around me, like my relatives and a few of my friends, were also कि ये क्या कर रही है, ये तो हर साल कैट देती है, क्या हो रहा है इसका, अभी क्या कर रही हो, हम तो करियर में यहाँ से यहाँ चले गए. And I could see that, I could feel कि थोड़ा सा I need to push myself and to actually achieve now कि मेरे को क्या करना है. And when I finally converted SP, and then I saw the look on their faces. I mean, suddenly they wanted to talk to me. Everyone was praising me. And they were like, oh, she struggled. But then she finally got to that point. And it's not just the confidence, but even if I applied for an education loan also, that feeling that, people, banks out there are just willing to give you loans. And suddenly everything just becomes so easy for you. It feels as if everything is just paid off. So for that feeling, I would say that it was all worth it, like completely worth it.
Super. I have a question to everyone. यार ये self esteem बढ़ी के नहीं, मतलब as being a boy also मेरी self esteem बढ़ी थी when I went to SPJain Bombay or NIT per se. But did you see like people like Ankita said, लोगों का 360 degree turn हो गया. Anyone, Simran or Mayuri and Muskan are still on the way. अभी convert होगा, अभी college में जाएंगे तो और होगा. Simran, the way people talk to you.
Definitely, sir. It helped a lot with respect to yours, your self-esteem as well. And I have, since forever, I have always taken people who, doubt my capabilities as a challenge. So that has always helped me work harder. Okay, I will now show them what I'm capable of if they're doubting me. So when I was working, I had a work ex of 10 months before coming to FMS. And when I was leaving, one thing that, really motivated or really made me happy was that my client messaged me, ki, Simran, yaar, abhi MBA karna zaruri hai kya? I'm like, okay, I am done here. I can move on to the next phase of my life because I have made my mark here and then go on.
Super, yeah, super. Great, yeah. चलिए भाई, हम तो बातें करते रहते, मेरे को बहुत मजा आ रहा है भाई. On the chat, say a big thank you to all these people. And this is so amazing, यार. मैं खुद inspired हो गया हूँ. And boys, hit on the like button. This message and this meeting should go to as many women in the country. यार, any parting thoughts? आप सब लोग अभी inspiration और role model हो यार, ठीक है? And you imagine when you were listening to me on the YouTube video, how you were seeing, And when you were seeing yourself, कोई FMS का बंदा है, SPJain का, you were like, यार क्या बंदा है? और अभी आप वो बंदे बन चुके हो, या listening to someone जिसका 50 lakh पैकेज है, जॉब लग चुकी है, या PPO आ चुका है, right? So any one parting thoughts? Let's go with Mayuri. Mayuri, from dentist to IIM Ahmedabad to IIM Kozhikode to IIM Indore College, what's your message to everyone?
So about the self-esteem part, I'd like to say, because being in the medical field, for 6 to 7 years, I did not touch maths at all, literally. But and even when I was preparing for CAT, I didn't even have in my mind I'll get calls from such great colleges. But the self-esteem boost was when I got an email I started getting emails from IIM Ahmedabad, all the IIMs for the personal interview. So I think the only thing is, if you want to do something, no matter if the entire world is against you, if it's not the traditional path what your peers are following, but if you want to really do it and you keep going for it, then definitely you can achieve everything you want.
That's so amazing. That's very inspiring. Let's go to Muskan and then Rucha, and then we'll go to these biggies who have already finished their MBA as well. Muskan.
Yeah, so one thing I would like to add is, if someone is undergoing stress, anxiety, or depression, so I've been diagnosed with panic disorder for the last 5 years, and I am still fighting it. But the thing is, yeah, you get depressed, but yeah, cry on, okay. But after a day or two, just move on with it. You have to keep grinding to reach that level. So you have to keep grinding, nahi to nahi hoga. But if you do, you'll reach a level, uske baad you'll be like, yes, main kar sakti hu. You have to just believe in yourself.
Superb. That's so, and from depression to fight to, and I'm the birth call. You've come a long way, girl. You've come a long way. Rucha.
Yeah. So, when your journey is filled with so many pitfalls, there is always a temptation to settle for something less than what you deserve, whether it's settling for a job that you don't like, or it could even be getting married. But then what keeps helping, I just kept telling myself that I didn't come this far just to come. So I think this kind of a thought just helps you realize what you really want, and that helps you keep going.
Superb. एक चैट आया है, कोई लड़का लिख रहा है, इनमें से किसी की भी सैलरी ना 50,000 से ज्यादा नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट जॉब कर लो, मौज कर लो. देख भाई लड़के, तू बैन होने के लायक है, पर मैं तेरे को छोड़ दूंगा बिकॉज यू लर्न लिटिल बिट. इन सब की ना इंटर्नशिप अमाउंट भी 50,000 के ऊपर है. ठीक है, इंटर्नशिप अमाउंट. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. पीपल अभी we have to talk about India. We have to train India. Good. Yeah. Anyway, Kirti, let's go to you. Any parting thoughts? What's your motto? What gave you success? What gave you FMS? Maybe one line to inspire the people.
So there are 2 mantras: be confident and be persistent with your hard work. You will achieve it. You may hear a lot of noises, and if you're not here also, like, it's okay. Noise is going to happen, but you have to move ahead. But I'm saying that have a self-confidence. Don't gain confidence from other sources, but gain from your own strength. Think about yourself. Aapki strength kya hai? Then move ahead. Because your strength is going to stay with you forever. Superb. Great. Ankita, any parting thoughts?
Yeah, so there's a phrase or 3 words, I would say, which I have sweared by for like 4 or 5 years now. 3 words. Even now, if you open my WhatsApp, these are I've pinned my own chat and wrote these 3 words. These are fluidity, perseverance, and honesty. I think these 3 things will take you anywhere in the world, whether it's during your MBA, post your MBA, in your corporate, right? You have to be fluid, you have to be adjustable, right? You have to be hardworking. There is no other choice. Whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, doesn't matter. You have to be hardworking. Honesty will take you miles, right? You have to be honest to yourself, to the world. And if you are honest, people will know that you are honest. Right. You do not have to justify yourself. You do not have to justify that. Like Kirti mentioned, right? Your self-confidence comes with you. That comes with honesty as well. If you're honest to yourself, if you're honest to your preparation, it will take you forward. So that's purity, perseverance, and honesty.
Superb, yeah. This is so amazing. Great. Anisha, ma'am, you want to add on, and then I'm going to go to the 2 last ones. I think rest we done. Then Surbhi and then Simran, parting thoughts. By inspiration story ho tum log. What has worked for you specifically? Wo bataiye.
So I think what has worked is that consistency. You have to do things every day. You can't do it last minute. You have to study every day. You have to motivate yourself every day. You will have your ups and downs. Your mock scores may not always be good. You might not understand certain topics. You may have to push yourselves harder to understand it, but come up on it. So that consistency to doing every day of hard work, every day of self-motivation on what's your goal. So that's very important. And the last thing is, just make sure you guys dream big for yourself. Where do you want to see yourself? Like Simran mentioned, what's the lifestyle you want? Do you want to depend on someone else, or you want to be self-driving every aspect of your life? That's very, very important, because it's not just getting into MBA. It's also sailing through MBA with flying colors. And after that as well, you have to make sure that you keep driving yourself, that I want to be independent.
So amazing. This is so amazing. Great. Surbhi, let's go to Surbhi. Surbhi, what has been working for you? Surbhi, apni junior SPJain mein main isko mila tha abhi in SPJain as well. Surbhi.
Yeah. So one thing which has always worked for me is that never ever let the people around you determine your worth. Because you know what you can achieve, what talent you have, what capabilities you have. There will be noises, there will be, external people talking. Even at times, maybe internally, you might feel really bogged down. But don't ever do this mistake of listening to people that are distracting you from your main goal. So that has worked really well for me, because I had to shut every voice that was, telling me to not do this, to not work hard, maybe I'll not get the returns. But then I didn't listen to all of that. And now after converting SP, after completing my first year, I strongly now believe that, now when I say something, people actually listen to me. So after achieving this, I am at a position where I might be able to make a change in the future. So for me also, for my thoughts, for my opinions to be heard, it is important for me to first realize my own worth and to listen to my own self.
Superb. Superb. This is so amazing. Simran, any parting thoughts before we let you guys go? बहुत मजा आ रहा है chat के अंदर. Boys and girls, do it on the like button, and we're listening to these inspiring stories from doctors to the UPSC, to the BCom, BMS guys, and to the engineers, to IIT, NIT. Everyone is here today. It's a perfect mix. Simran, any parting thoughts?
Yes, so like finally, I'd like to say, know your strengths and your weaknesses, not just with respect to your preparation, but in general. Build on your strengths and learn how to overcome your weaknesses, and that will take you a long way. So with respect to your CAT paper or any other exam that you give, or in life itself, just carry on with your strengths and overcome your weaknesses. That's what you need to focus on, and the lifestyle you want to achieve, like I've already said. I think that's the mantra I live by, and that will help you a lot, I think.
This is so amazing. By the way, all of them are helping CATKing in some way or the other. From Simran. Simran, कब से तू associated है CATKing के साथ?
This season of GDPI.
Oh, GDPI. क्या कर रही है तू? What are you doing at CATKing?
I'm taking interviews, mock interviews.
Excellent, excellent. How about you, Kirti? What are you doing at CATKing?
So I'm associated with CATKing since last year. I was also helping I had an internship with the company for almost 6 months. After joining the company, I'm now helping in the mock interviews. Before I was doing across product as well as scheduling the interviews.
Oh, that's so amazing. Rucha, you were a student with us.
Yes, sir.
तूने इनकी सर्विसेज ली हैं, तो as a student इनको इन्होंने तेरे इंटरव्यू लिए होंगे. Great. Muskan, how about you?
So I have like recently purchased a GDPI.
अच्छा, you are in the GDPI course.
Yeah.
Great, great. सुरभि, तू कुछ कर रही है कि नहीं काम CATKing में?
I was a student here.
You were a student there. अच्छा,
yeah,
ठीक है. Great, great.
GDPI course.
Superb. And Mayuri was a student as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, lovely. Ankita is a big girl. Ankita की वीडियो सबने देखे होंगे शायद GDPI के डैशबोर्ड के अंदर. वो Ankita के वो फाइनल वाले वीडियो है. Ankita, what are you doing at CATKing?
I am again in the interview part, GDPI part. So I've been with CATKing for past 3 years now. Initially, I was working interning while I was at IIM A. So did a live internship here and then associated myself for the GDPI product.
Now she's a part of the family. ये party में ना यहाँ बैठी थी. इधर ये party होती तो यहीं बैठी होती. बाकी discussion हम नहीं करेंगे. Thank you so much for joining in, girls. You have made us proud, and the all journey. There are some people who are entering into the B schools. There are this Kirti who is just exited last year. Simran अभी निकलेगी 2-3 महीने के बाद job लेके. Anisha has come out like around 5-6 years back. Ankita has came out from IIM A from 3 years back. So was Prachodya, and Survi will be exiting next year. And you've motivated me as well and many other people. And I just have one message to all the women. Women empowerment and Women's Day, it's not just one day thing, it's your attitude. तेरे को अभी तुम बड़े हो गए हो, 18 साल की उम्र हो चुकी है. However, whatever background you come from, जिसको करना है उसने कर लेना है. जिसने मैरी कॉम बनना है उसने बन जाना है यार, ठीक है. और सच्ची बताऊं, मर्द बुरे भी होते हैं पर इतने भी बुरे नहीं होते. As Ankita rightly said, अगर आपका network of men around you is strong, they become your backbone and you internally become their backbone, because we are complementing each other. जो मेरी skills है वो तुम्हारे पास नहीं, जो तुम्हारी skills है वो हमारे पास नहीं. And that's what our mothers and parents and dads, and that's the reason they have been sailing through their lives throughout and and staying together into our journey of life. So yeah, find your mojo and find your person around you who's going to be helping you, starting from a dad, your brother, or some external factors. It's a LinkedIn word. Connect to these girls and get inspired. That's going to be great help.
So one last thing that I think I want to add here is, all of them said, even you mentioned, find someone. People will get someone, maybe in your friends, maybe in your family, to support you. But if you're not having your friends or family to support, you can follow each one of us here. I think the most important thing which a lot of students have always spoken is that the motivation we get hearing sir's videos every day morning at 7 a.m. So it can be anyone who's your motivation. Find that one ray of hope who's going to be your positive support through the entire journey. It could be any of us through our videos, through our connect. You can connect to people on LinkedIn or your friends and family, but don't think that you are just the only one who's struggling.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है. Super amazing, yaar. Thank you once again for joining in, and have a good night, boys and girls. Do it on the like button. If you have any kind of any trouble going in life, you want to connect to any one of them, you guys can drop an email to support@catking.in, और हम कुछ ना कुछ आपको हेल्प करने की पूरी कोशिश करेंगे. Thanks again. Bye Simran for joining in. Thanks Mayuri. Bye Kirti. Bye Nisha. Bye Ankita. Rucha and Muskan and Shurbi. See you guys soon again. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Bye, sir.
Thanks for bringing us all together here, sir, today.
Thank you, sir.
रुको रुको रुको.